Lisa works at a pet store. The owner entrusted her to deliver a parrot to the zoo, but just as she was passing through the forest, his cell phone and radio went out, and the car suddenly broke down. Lisa thought it wasn't too far to the zoo, so he thought he'd take the parrot on foot, but she had no idea. But he never realized he'd never find his way back out. Lisa walked for a while. The forest was too big. She thought she'd better get her car fixed. I turned around. The car disappeared. Even the mountain road disappeared. The time soon came to evening. The bats in the cave flew towards her in groups. Strangely, the ground began to tremble. Lisa saw a figure flashing in the distance. She rushed up to get help. She saw a white-haired woman standing behind a tree. She didn't pay any attention to Lisa. She just ran deeper into the forest. Lisa chased her all the way to a place that looked like a shelter. The woman told Lisa she wanted to live, trying to run.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Lisa goes in. Woman rushes to lock her anus. Lisa asked, "What is this place?" The woman explained, "We call it a cage." The woman began to introduce herself, and introduces the two people next to her. The woman says, "We're all lost like you and came here." After getting to know each other, the companion picked up Lisa, and pulled her to one side of the line. Lisa was puzzled. "Is this someone who wants to come over?" The woman says, "It's a snooper who wants to see us. If you want to live, you'll do it with us tonight. They just want to see. You won't come in. Just watch you every day after the sun goes down, behind the mirror, watching you. They won't leave until just before dawn." Because it was Lisa's first day here, they made her stand in front and introduce herself. Lisa asked what they were doing. The woman replied that they were clapping. "They're welcoming you." This place is so weird. Lisa was so scared she stayed up all night. At first light, she took the parrot and said she was going home. The others just watched in silence. They didn't do much to stop them. They knew there was no way out. It wasn't long before they found Lisa on the cliff. The woman told her that they had all tried, but they all failed. The woman said this forest has the power to cause hallucinations. If you're not careful, you can be driven mad. That's why trappers are vigilant out here. You'll need to learn to navigate this forest as soon as possible. Centered around the dungeon, there are over 100 landmarks marked over several kilometers. Each landmark is half a day's walk from the cage. Stay within that range. You'll be back by nightfall. Otherwise, you'll never come back. These landmarks were left behind by an old professor from long ago. They don't know where the professor is. They had no way of knowing. It was nighttime. A companion told jokes to himself in the mirror. The other partner danced in front of the mirror. As for Lisa, they didn't ask him to do anything. Just a little bit of eating. In fact, the peeps didn't ask much of them. Even everyday actions like eating and sleeping. The peeps are always satisfied. It's just that a dance or a joke is more pleasing to them. Besides that, they told Lisa the 4 rules of survival here. Don't turn your back on the mirror. Don't open the door after dark. Don't go near tunnels and always stay in the sunlight. The tunnels in the rules are the holes in the forest that are everywhere. The tunnels are connected to each other and are connected to each other in all directions. It's like a subway that runs through the forest. During the day, peepers hide in these holes, but the rules and the unseen peepers. It was still very strange for Lisa. She knew she could get lost in the forest, but even a labyrinth has a way out. So it was only a matter of time before she was out of the forest. So on the 3rd day, she dragged her companion, Mac. She dragged the man to the hole in the ground, and asked him to help her pull the rope down. Lisa said, "Aren't you curious?" Maybe out of curiosity. The man agreed to Lisa's request. He lowered her down. The rope went almost 10 meters. We reached the bottom of the cave. There's a lot of stuff here from 20 or 30 years ago. Newspapers from 93, an old camera, and a broken bicycle. These are all useful items. Lisa immediately asked Mike to take the bike and camera up first, but while she was waiting for Mike to let down the rope, there were some strange noises coming from behind her. Lisa turned to look. In the darkness, a white hand slowly reached out to her.